Let's talk more about that with Mariam Wahba. She's a research analyst at the FDD. Good to have you with us, Mariam. It sounds like a pretty good offer from Somaliland. Any sign that the Americans are willing to consider it?
Good to be with you today, Laura. Look, this is exciting news. The Somaliland government has made several attempts to garner enough attention from the White House, from different administrations, for recognition of Somaliland independence. And while this campaign is just a few months old, there have been several other campaigns in the last few years and last several decades. Of course, this campaign is quite different considering who is in the White House at the moment. And there's a little bit to unpack when it comes to what the Somaliland government is allegedly offering in return for recognition from the White House. There are two elements of what it's offering. First and foremost is rare earth minerals, access to Somaliland's rare earths, and second, a naval base for the United States. What we know about this administration and this White House is Donald Trump is the president of deals. Donald Trump's foreign policy focuses around getting what's best for the American people, for the American interest, and these two things, both access to rare earth minerals and a naval base, is important. And I'll take a moment here to focus on the naval base, which would be crucial for the United States' interest in the region, given that the naval base would be right on the Red Sea and would give access to the United States to attack the Houthis back in a way that is important for the U.S.'s national interest.
And when I say Somaliland is relatively stable, I mean, that's quite remarkable, isn't it, when you look around the region? How has this small corner of the Horn of Africa managed to remain stable and democratic?
Absolutely. I think Somaliland's governance structure is a rare opportunity for the U.S. to engage, and it's really a remarkable success in the region that does not come very often. We know that Somaliland announced its independence in the early 1990s, and since then it's held peaceful elections, peaceful transfer of power, it has managed internal stability. There's rare or really non-existent examples of terrorism on Somaliland territory, and this makes the country a rare and valuable asset, resource to the United States. To begin to unpack some of the layers of why this has been able to achieve by such a small, independent, non-recognized state is important. And I think it really starts with understanding how their local government operates.
Turkey and China also have interest in the Horn of Africa. How might they react? And what about Egypt? Because there is some concern because of Somaliland's relationship with Egypt's arch foe, Ethiopia. Is that right?
Absolutely. You're hitting the nail on the head here. Obviously, we know Turkey and China have vested interest in Africa, but more specifically, the Horn of Africa. They are heavily entrenched in that region because they understand that its value. We know that China has military bases in Djibouti. Turkey trains Somali forces. So these regional hegemons understand the value of Horn of Africa, and it makes it that much more important for the U.S. to enact more engagement and not less. And of course, Egypt has complicated relations with Somaliland's partner, which is Ethiopia, who Cairo sees as a regional adversary in a lot of ways. Ethiopia and Somaliland signed an MOU agreement late last year that would see Ethiopia getting coastal access on Somaliland's coast, and that is making Cairo nervous, to say the least.
All right. Somaliland, we will watch this space. Mariam, thank you very much indeed. Mariam Wahba there.
Thank you.